Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich, and welcome to another Tarot Talk Tuesday. Today, we are talking about the Six of Swords. We have a lot of intricate parts to cover, so let's not waste any time. Plus, I also have a headache that's been going on all weekend. So, yeah, let's get through this. Let's do this lesson, and then I can lay back, relax, and try to stave off this headache that's happening. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let's go ahead and we're going to start with the pictorial key of the tarot, as well as looking at the image overall. Let me pull it up here. And it reads, and this is the pictorial key of the tarot by A.E. Waite. A ferryman carrying passengers in his punt to the further shore. The course is smooth, and seeing that the freight is light, it may be noted that the work is not beyond his strength. Divinatory meaning. Journey by water, route, way, and envoy. Commissionary. Commissionary. That's an odd word. Expedient. Reversed is declaration, confession, publicity. One account says that it is a proposal of love. Now, I really don't. Yeah, I don't agree with A.E. Waite here. Now, one thing to note is that A.E. Waite really draws the attention to the person who appears to be a man, who is guiding the ferry, or is the one ferrying people across this space of water. However, most of the time that I've seen it, it describes more of the person that appears to be a woman and a child, and deals more with them. So let's break this down and divine our own meaning from it, because A.E. Waite has no clue what he's talking about. So, first things first, we have the choppy waters. So the Six of Swords, we have water again, as we saw in the Two of Swords. We saw it in the Five of Swords, right? We saw it in the Five of Swords, pretty sure. Almost positive. I don't have the Five of Swords in front of me. I don't have the Six of Swords in front of me. But anyway, I think we saw it in the Five of Swords as well. So over here we have the choppy waters at the bottom corner. So obviously this little punt, as A.E. Waite calls it, looks like a canoe, could be a gondola, who knows. We don't see the ends. A ship of some sort goes from one place to another, and the choppy waters again seem to be the emotional part of our journey throughout this card, throughout the deck of the tarot. Water often symbolizes emotion. So maybe they are going from someplace behind them. Looks like this would be behind them. So maybe they are traveling from a setting of emotional pain or emotional turmoil, and they are going into what appears to be nice, calm seas. So we have this nice, calm water here. So we're going from something troubling to something calm. This is a card about travel, not necessarily physical travel. It can be an emotional trip. It could be leaving certain emotions behind, certain toxic emotions, and going into a more peaceful, blissful way of living. So this is definitely traveling and having that point of leaving something behind, leaving something that does not no longer serve you, leaving that behind and going into something a little bit more calm, a little bit more peaceful. So then we have this over here, this these trees, these little mountains and whatnot. They're not harsh mountains. Excuse me. We have seen harsh mountains before. These are not those. These have, excuse me for a second. I got a little lump in my throat. Grab your tea, sit on back, have some fun. So on these ones, we have trees growing on them. We have foliage. We have things that are being produced. Now, along those same lines, we also have this grayish sky. Now, we've seen in the in the Two of Swords, we saw a dark sky, but it wasn't like an ominous sky. This is sort of the same sky that we've been seeing in these in the Swords suit, kind of grayish, kind of bland, kind of beigeish. So this is really a time of kind of clouded judgment, but like kind of foggy, but not quite. And we're really going into a better area that we would surmise from this card that the area that they're going through is quite terrible, because not only do you have the choppy waters, but you also have the individuals in the gondola, in the boat, that are covered up. They kind of seem distressed or whatnot. But first, let's focus on this guy. This guy is the one steering it. Now, maybe in a reading, you are steering this emotional roller coaster of a ride. You are the one that is physically saying, no more. I'm having no more of this. That's it. I'm done. Maybe you are this person. Now, maybe you're that person. Maybe you're one of these individuals who is kind of being taken for this ride. Maybe you're just a passenger here. But either way that you look at it, this is the guy that A.E. Waite focuses on, which I do disagree with A.E. Waite's description. The way that I would see this individual is the ferryman of fate, that is taking me on a ride from one place to another. We always say things such as, that was a wild ride, or this is going to be a wild ride, my emotions took me for a ride, something like that. And this individual here seems like the ferryman of fate, as I'm going to affectionately call him. Whereas you have these two individuals. Now, these two individuals, like I said, they seem to be coming from, or sitting there in a kind of, hunched over. They are kind of, they're lost in their own thoughts. Maybe they're a little bit in distress or whatnot. They are kind of like bent over. They look kind of cold. They're not wearing like the short sleeves that we see in some of the cards. So yeah, they are really kind of bundled up. They are weathering the ride. They are having a mental and emotional ride, seeing that this is about the swords. They are having an emotional and mental ride. Wow, if I can speak, that would be awesome. So let's move on. Next we have, whoops, I've already done that. I want to talk about the boat. Now, there's a couple things with the boat. For one, he calls it a punt. I call it a canoe, or maybe a gondola, because the way that you steer a canoe is usually sitting in this. But here's a couple things. One, he's standing on top, so it looks like a freaking gondola with one of those big long poles. Okay, that's not what I was going to get to, but just to prove my point. Anyway, the boat doesn't seem to have much room for others. You take who is closest to you. This is being a mental journey, a way of growing up, a way of transition. You're transitioning from one spot to another. This is really a very good transition card. Um, Now you can be leaving a bad situation and going towards a good situation. And this individual who is in the boat with this supposed child, they didn't bring a lot. Um, so it's really about also figuring out what you need to take with you along this journey on the next leg of the journey, and leaving the rest behind. This is the situation where you leave your baggage behind and you really just have to forge ahead. The ferryman of fate will take you there. So let's move on from that. Yeah, I would say whatever you cannot fit needs to go. If you can't carry it in your hands, it needs to be left behind and dealt with, by somebody else because it's no longer serving you. You are cutting ties with certain things. Um, and how did I not? Okay, hold 1 second because apparently I did not copy the one that was for the swords. Okay. Let's see. Oh dear. Okay. Did that do it? Okay. Now we have the swords. Now, like I said, we have been, well, like I said in the last video, we have been playing around with the lighting of the swords and where the shading is and whatnot. This is a common theme that I'm absolutely enthralled with on the suit of swords. Now, with this suit or with this card in particular, you have every single one of the lighter ends pointing towards the individuals. Again, the swords are about mental, intellectual, the way we process ideas and move through life in our mental state. So this individual has 6 of them. They are all in the boat, and they're not just laying in the boat. They are standing up, pointing into the boat. So it's kind of like they're stuck in there. These swords are not sinking the ship, but they are in front of, they're kind of leading the way, which makes me think that the individuals sitting there, that a rational thought, seeing that all of the light of the swords are facing them, that the rational thought, the mental state is really leading their decisions. They're not haphazardly or emotionally moving on from the troublesome waters to the calm waters. They have made this decision through clear thought and intention. So, and that's what's really leading their way. These swords are not being used as weapons. Again, you can see that they are not sinking the boat, even though it looks like they are plunged into the boat. They are really keeping everything afloat along this journey. So the mental, the intelligence and the mental capability that you see right here is really keeping like it's leading the way. It's cutting through the emotions. It's cutting through all of the BS of whatever was holding you back. And the ferryman of fate has your back and is leading you towards the better land on the other side. So that is my summation of the 6 of Swords. So whenever this comes up in a reading for you, or if you're doing a reading for somebody else, I would really think of situations that are transitionary. So that meaning, maybe you're going from high school to college, or you're graduating college and going into the workforce. You have some sort of situation where something is abruptly ending or is ending gradually, and that you have to make this decision, this you have to have this mental process where the decision is distinct and it is something that is clear of mind. So you are making this decision to go to something better. You are leaving the BS and the troublesome waters, the troublesome emotions. You're cutting through the emotions with logic and clear thought. So that's what I would say whenever this is coming up, in the upright position. Now, let me see something. Let me see if I can do something here. Okay. Now, if... Nope, it didn't do it. Okay. I tried to do a reversal and it wasn't doing it, so I don't know why. Let me see. Let me see something. Give me it. Nope, won't do it. Okay, so if it comes up reversal, we're just going to pretend like that's reverse. You can turn your screen upside down if that makes you feel better. But please don't do that. If it comes up reversed, I would say that these are situations where the the process is not really being met with open arms. These are the situations where you're like, I know this might be the best for me, but I really don't want to do this, and therefore I'm going to fight it. I'm fighting it intellectually, I'm fighting it emotionally, I'm letting my emotions get the better of me, which is not what the swords are for. The swords are distinct mental, intellectual processes that are put in place. Now, if you get, like I said, if you get this in the reversed, it's going to be like, okay, I should probably embrace this a little bit more. I should do a little bit more, uh, do a little bit more thinking about it. Maybe try to accept it a little bit more. Maybe you're holding on to that excess baggage. You're taking it with you. Remember, this boat is only so big. This little gondola, punt, as A.E. Waite calls it. It is only so big. It can only carry so much. So intellectually, think of, okay, this process is coming to an end. This relationship, this time of my life, period. Whether it's something intellectual like schoolwork, maybe it's a job that you just need to get out of, maybe it's a relationship that you need to leave behind you. These are things that you need to have a rational thought process to go through, and you need to let that lead your decisions, not your emotions. So that's what I would say that the reverse would be. And like I said before, also look at what you need to leave behind and what baggage you need to just say, I'm done with this baggage. That's it. We're done here. So that is all that I have for the Six of Swords. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit the like button. It appeases the algorithmic gods. All hail the algorithmic gods of YouTube. And also hit that subscribe button if you have not already done that. I'm making videos 5 days a week, so here's the rundown. Tomorrow we have the reverse mirror box, which I have not seen one like this covered, and I kind of want to show you guys the one that I have and the intention that I am putting into using this box. On Thursday, we have Table Talk Thursday. Basically, I pick a topic out of our Table Topics cube, which I can't get out of the drawer right now. Yep, there we go. Out of our Table Topics cube, we pick a topic out of there and we give it a little discussion. And on Saturdays, we are going through our Inner Temple of Witchcraft. We are going through chapter by chapter. We're on chapter... we just completed chapter 8. We are going to be in chapter 9 on Saturday, so join me then. And then on Saturday, we have Christo-Paganism Sunday, and I'm not quite sure what the topic is this Sunday. Excuse me. So, and just like with Witchy Wednesday, if you have a topic that you would like to discuss, go ahead and leave a comment in the bottom bar in my pants area, telling me what you would like the topic to be for Witchy Wednesday or Christo-Paganism Sunday. I need a couple topics, guys. So go ahead and leave comments on that stuff, and let me know, like I said, if you agree or disagree with me on the Six of Swords. And until tomorrow on Witchy Wednesday, I wish you love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye bye.